Hey guys, welcome back to another video. You can see me in the car here. Right, so what we got today is, we grab this, I have a replacement radio. Here she is in the bag, and that's the back there. This is nice gold back, and it's got a cooling fan there as well. It's identical to the radio that's already in, except for the radio that's in has got 4 CPUs and 1 gig of RAM. This one is an 8 core, it's double the speed, it's 2.5 gig, and that means I think 1 gigahertz perhaps per core. So quad 1 gigahertz core, and that is a 8 core 2.5 gigahertz, and it's got 8 gig of RAM, so it's a lot more powerful, should be quicker. The reason I chose the same radio again is because the one I got is absolutely brilliant. I love it, but it just needs a little bit more power. So here we go. Start the video, fitting the radio. First thing for us to do is to remove the old one, and let's get down to it. Okay, first thing for us to do is take this surround off here. We should be using a proper trim tool, so we'll go ahead and do that. Just kind of stick them in the side. It just kind of hooks out nicely there. Again, hooks out nicely there. Oh, it doesn't. There we go. Nice. Same down here. There we go. That's popping out nicely. There we are. So that's down. That's the first thing out of the way. This is a T20. That's all we need to take out these 4 screws. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. So let's get those off now. Okay, so all the screws are out. This is now loose. We should be able just to lift this out. There we go. And you can see all the wires there. So this is all pretty similar to the radio that's going to be going in, which is here. So let's see it here in the bag. You can see all the wiring there as well. Lots of it. Again, it's all very similar to what's in here already. So what we're going to do is we're going to just unplug all of this, and I can show you in a little bit more detail what everything is once it's out. So bear with me and we'll come back right back. Okay guys, so radio's out. I've just been looking through all the cables I've got here. This is for the new radio. This one actually comes with this, which is interesting. Open it up, and inside you have a SIM card holder, because this particular model of radio, you can put a SIM card in for data. There are actually 4G aerials in the bag here, 2 of them, which plug into the back. I'm not going to be doing that today. I've not got a SIM card. It might be something I'll install in the future, but not for today. So this is the media one, which has the SIM card attached to it, and in here, this is where you're going to find power. So I think this here is a cable, is a connector that's not on the old loom, because this is what powers the fan on the new radio, which the old radio didn't have a fan because it's not as powerful, but the new one does. So that's what that will power that. We've got in my hand here, this is the CAN bus thing, which is exactly the same as on the other radio to help us control the radio, etc., the volume up and down. This is the new GPS antenna. It's identical to the old one, but I thought, let's just keep them together. So I could have left it tucked in and reused the old one, I guess, but let's keep everything together as it should be. Yes, and most importantly is the actual radio connector. So here we go. This is what plugs into, if I can find it, I don't know if you can see it that far, but this here is the old radio connector in my right hand, and this here will plug into that, and then this end, the other end of this, plugs into the radio itself, and that's what feeds the various speakers, power, all of that sort of stuff then goes through there. What else is on here? This plug here is for the CAN bus box. If I can find it, here you go. So the CAN bus box plugs into this main loom as well. And then part of that, where is it? There we go. This bit here is the other end of the CAN bus box. And this is what plugs into the radio then to sort of, for the CAN bus to talk between the radio and the car. So that's that. So that's it for connections. What we'll do now is we're going to start connecting up the new radio. There you go, this is the new radio, that's the back of it. You can see the little tail there coming off, which will be plugged into that blue power cable I showed you earlier on to power the fan. These are all the connectors to plug in all the other bits and bobs, like the USB cable, that sort of thing. They're all here as well. Yeah, so let's get to it. Okay guys, so we're almost there now. You saw me plug in all of these things into the radio. What I've done is I've just figured out why is a what. I've just screwed in the GPS antenna. The GPS antenna I've just screwed in there. This is the radio wire. That's the radio connector. So we'll just have a quick zoom in of all of this. Now I'll take you with me into the radio. So let's go. Okay, so that is the original connector I was on about there. We will take the radio, which is just here. What have we got all together now then? So you can see here as well the bunch of media cables you'll have to plug in to various things. But first off, let's just get the radio in front of us. So lots of cables hanging around here. Oh my goodness me. There. Excuse me while I pull all of this aside so I can see what I'm doing. Right, sorry about that. Right, almost there. So on this car, this connector here needs to be disconnected, because when this is connected, at least on my car, it causes the radio to stay on and drain the battery. So make sure you disconnect this. And the instructions say if it's a Highline car, the best way to test it is if you get these radios, is leave it plugged in. It won't do any harm. Turn the car, see it, and before you turn the car on or power it on at all, if the radio turns on without the key in the ignition, then you need to unplug this. So when you unplug this, the radio will only come on once you put the key into the accessory position. Okay. So we just double check something. Yeah. So what we'll do now we've finished blabbing is just make sure this stuff is out of the way here, and we'll plug this in. There we go, that way I believe. Literally it just pushes in and there's a locking mechanism. There we are, that's locked in position. That's that. So there we go, and we're just about ready to give it a test. So bear with me, I'm just going to tuck all these cables in and I'll push this home and we'll have a go. Here we go, we're going to push the key in for accessory, and let's see. Well, before I do that, let's just make sure that this doesn't come on. No, it doesn't come on without the key in, so let's push the key in. And hopefully we'll see some life. Oh, there we go. There we go. Up it comes. Look at that. Straight away. Amazing. Let's see what we've got here then. Hotel Cal. Oh, it's gone off. Oh, it's loading. It's okay. We're loading up. There we go. So I'm not sure where it's got Hotel California from. Where's that? Must be on one. Oh, where's that from? Well, anyway, that's pretty cool. So it's as simple as that, guys. Apps. Let's have a look at apps here. It must be hooked up to. I have no idea. This is pretty cool. Right. Well, there we are. pretty sweet. Radio, that one. Oh, yeah, we've got radio. Oh, okay. So there we go. That's the install done. Okay guys, this is the installed radio. I haven't put the surround back on it yet. This is not an app that comes with the radio, but I do recommend it. It's called Agama Car Launcher. It's very nice. You can set up all your apps, your music. You can integrate with Apple Music as well, so you can install the Apple Music app and set that to your default music player. This radio has Apple CarPlay on it as well, which it works very well. So you don't have to install maps on it if you don't want to, but you can. You can install offline maps on here. So if I click nav, it's going to load up something called Here, which is I have used it before on the other radio. It's very, very good. As I say, you can click on the menu, you can choose to download maps. Zoom in and out. So yeah, I quite like it. Just click home. That takes us back here, and you can see that we've got 23 satellites, so that's good for GPS. Picks up the temperature as well. Click on your phone. I've got to assign all of these to an app. If I click phone here, it takes me to the phone anyway. And you can, sorry about the reflection there, but you can you've got your contacts there. I won't click it because I have got lots of contacts. Sorry, that's one there. You can go into music. Hopefully it's not going to start playing, or it will do. So this actually will connect to your USB device, which I've got plugged in there. And you can play MP3 music, all of that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a really good radio. I'm not going to go into a big review of the radio because it was mostly an install of it. But I love it. If I just click tone, it's another cool option. It's, a great thing to alter all of your presets for your sound. What else can I show you? If I click setup, oh, that takes me there. Where was it? Sorry guys, I'm still learning myself here. Back home, and if I go into apps, and what was it? It was car settings. There we go. There. So this is like a little menu for the radio. Sorry about the picture here, guys. The sun is right on us. Let's see if I can come around here. Nope, no good. Okay. If I click on car settings, set into car, you've got all these little things that can control the aircon. If you've got automatic aircon, that is. That's the car's amplifier if you've got one. Set here, there's so many things in here, I have no clue. There's lots of stuff to play with there. And there's tyre things. I don't have TPMS on my car, but if your Volkswagen, Skoda or whatever has the TPMS, it'll appear on here, which is pretty cool. As I say, although that seems pretty deep rooted in the car, I can get back. All of these apps on here, and if I go back one more time to here, you can reassign all of these buttons that you can see: Navi, radio, music. You can call them what you want. That doesn't have to be called music. You can call that car settings, and then that'll go off to your car settings. And if you've got more than one thing in a section you want to show, so if I flick out that, you can see now music, I can add a few more different things. So you can have different apps on there for music, for example, Spotify, Apple Music, etc. So it's really good. So I just thought I'd show you, this is the Apple Music app. I'm logged in. This little guy is part of the radio. You can talk to him to do things. He's a bit annoying, gets in the way sometimes. But as you can see, I'm downloading one of my playlists. So I don't have to have the phone attached via a hotspot all the time. So you could be totally offline. There's no need to have your phone connected for internet or anything like that, unless you wanted to, of course. But this is downloading this particular playlist, so I can, listen to it without connecting to the internet. So just thought I'd show you that, and also show you, Apple Music on this radio. It works really well. Okay guys, so back with the radio. What I wanted to do with the other radio, but I held off because I then purchased this new one, was fit this. It's an aerial amplifier, which you would have seen when I did the video on all the bits and pieces that are waiting to go on the car. So I held off fitting it because we'll fit it now. Yeah, should be fairly straightforward. We're going to use the dreaded tap, I'm afraid. What it is, there's an aerial, power aerial wire behind the radio, which obviously goes to nowhere for obviously a power aerial, which would push the aerial up. So that will give us our 12 volt, and that 12 volt only kicks in when you turn the radio on the car on. So let's crack on. So we'll put this on the radio's antenna 12 volt, and then this will go on the amplifier's live wire to obviously power it. So here we go. We'll give it a go. I'm only doing it simply because the radio signal is okay in some areas. Then you go out a little bit more in the sticks, and the signal's not so good as you would expect from an FM aerial. So we'll try the amplifier. Maybe it won't work, but we'll give it a go. Let's crack on. Okay, guys. So the radio is out again, and the aerial is a blue wire. Here it is. As you can see, it says auto ant on it, and that's what we're going to be tapping into. So we will put the tap on here and on the amplifier wire, and away to go. Let's go and do that. I'll come back once it's on. Okay, so I just clipped that on there. I pushed it most of the way with my fingers. I had to finish off with the pliers to make sure it all clips together. You can see that this side is clips on. Yes, there's a little tail on it because I'm not sure how far down the wire goes. So that's that. And what we're going to do now is show you the amplifier in its entirety. You can see that this end, what we'll do is we'll take the aerial out here. This will pull out. Then that will plug into here. That end will then go back into the radio, and this red fused wire will plug into there once I put the wire tap onto this red wire. Okay, so I have plugged in the amplifier radio wire into the antenna. The old antenna for the car here going into the amplifier there. The red wire, as you can see, is over here, waiting to be plugged in to this. This is going to plug in. Let's get out the shadows. Just like that. And that just plugs in nicely there. So, will it work? I mean, we don't know, but when I turn the car on, hopefully that will turn to red. And we'll know that it's at least powered up. So let's give that a go. Okay, so I've just rested the radio there, and we'll just put the ignition on to the first accessory. Radio should power on. There we go, that's on. Is there a light? There is not a light, which that's actually good, because that will only come on when we go to radio. Click radio. As you can see, the light has come on. So I have to play around with it a little bit, but it is working. Got, you know, proper good readout now. All the stations are working. Whether it is, as I say, going to be good enough to, you know, make the bad areas good again, who knows? Time will tell. Okay, guys, so that's it really. I think that radio is pretty cool. I can go more in depth with the radio if you want me to. I'd be happy to do that. There's a few things I still need to set up on it, if I'm honest, because I had my other radio set up quite intricately with all those menus that I was showing you. Obviously, this one is brand new, it's fresh, so I'm going to have to go in and reassign all those buttons to various functions, like a button for showing my front view camera, all of that sort of thing. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope I haven't missed anything out. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. It was all those wires, dude. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment on the videos. You know, like, share, subscribe, guys. That would be absolutely awesome if we can get those subscription numbers up. And I appreciate each and every one of you for watching, commenting. Really appreciate it, guys. So thanks again. I'll catch you in the next video. For now.